Hello, everybody. AOG Gaming here, back with another video on Mobile Legends Adventures. So I've run into this dilemma with both this light and this game where they're really highly rated on the App Store. I think because people just rate it to get you get like a reward for rating or whatever at the beginning. And at the beginning, it's great. Like this game gives you so much, gives you free stuff. Usually, when you come here, when you join and there's an event. If you don't join and there's no event, well, good luck. It's really bad. The chances of getting legendaries are just it's so terrible. Um, and this light is the same way, and I would say this light is worse because the summoning chances. Yeah, it's definitely worse. Now, this game is not much better. So the one reason I tried out this game, even with all of its caveats, was it seemed pretty friendly free to play at the beginning. They were in a part of the game where they were starting to release their elite units, their ultra rares, their legendaries. Because before we got 5-star units, but they were epic heroes. So I missed the first one, which was Achilles Alice or Achilles Alice, whatever you want to call her. Um, Next we had Io Silvana. So this is the end of the event. There's literally 11 hours. So I think I can get her. I can get these tokens one more time, or I might have used them all. So let's just go. Yeah, so I can exchange one more time with gems, and then after that I have to do it with sacred scrolls, which I can't get unless I pay money. Um, so as you can see, I spent what was it? However many exchanges. I think it was one, two, so 12. So 11. Okay, so I'm trying to do the math here. So I basically spent 50,000 diamonds, um, which is ridiculous. That's like 800, $900 right there. It's a free grind. I didn't spend any money. It was mostly campaign because I waited. Obviously, I waited because I was waiting for the new legendary to come out. I knew Forsetti was coming out, which was a new epic, so I was gonna try and save for him. I wanted at least one copy of him because I knew I needed him or not needed him, but he'd be useful for the Frost event, which it turns out he was not. Like I didn't use him at all. So yeah, I mean he's good, but like I don't have a use for him whatsoever. This game is very time consuming. That is the problem. So you get a lot of content, but oh my goodness, does it take years for you to do Akashic record stuff, and it's really not worth your time. Like the amount of stuff you get some summoning hero stuff, some diamonds, and it's good for like XP grinding and like getting materials for artifacts, but like you get stuff for summoning heroes and you get like nothing within like 30, 40 draws, and you're like, what is this bullshit? Like this is not a gotcha game anymore. This is just a pay and summon millions and millions of times until you get a single legendary. So it's just not fun. And this light's the same thing. This light's worse. Like 100 draws and you get a guaranteed legendary. Screw that. That's why I don't spend any money on records anymore in that game. I'm like, it's such a waste of money because you don't. All it does is it increases the waiting bar till your next legendary. That's what all of these games have. They have waiting bars because you basically have to wait till you have that guaranteed legendary, and sometimes you get lucky. For me, apparently, it's very rare. For a lot of people, it's super rare. It's so stupid. Because it's not. It doesn't make the game fun anymore. Like you have these paywalls that, in order to progress, you either have to pay or get extremely lucky, and that is very rare. um, So I just want to talk about that a little bit at the beginning. We're just gonna do some account review, and then I think is the okay. So the Tinted Mirage is still up, so we'll go to it real quick. But yeah, man, like it's really bad. It sucks. Um, I don't know. Going forward, like both this light and this game, they're like well, no, this light's a little bit better mechanically. This game is has a lot more content, I would say, but I don't know. The trade off for having that much content is that it just takes forever, and the grind is extreme, especially now. Like it takes forever for me to do anything. It's not even just like level gaining. Like yeah, that's slower, but it's like getting characters up to a certain awakening so that you can actually use them. Because that's all this game is about. It's stat. It's everything is stat based, and it sucks. Because everything is based on resonances, everything is based on star level awakening, and you're just like, well, why the hell would I waste my time on a game that is going to take years for me to get anywhere near the top, where I could just play another game like on a console where you get all the content already and it may take you like a year or two to complete the game, but then you're at the top, like or you're at least done with everything and you have your collection and you can do what you want in the game. So I don't know. It sucks. They really need to just raise all the chances. Give you free like this game does it better than Dislight, but this game requires you to have legendaries in the first place. Sorry, not legendaries, epic heroes in the first place. Um, in order just to do anything with your account, like you need to have them awakened, or at least leveled up, um, fusioned all the way up to like fusion 10. And then if you don't have them awakened, then you can't do a lot of stuff. So it really diminishes the quality of gameplay, and you really only have one or two awakened heroes by the time where I am, and I only have one because the chances of getting anything in this game are complete shit, and they don't give you any guarantees, and it's just sad. Um, yeah, I got really lucky with Astaria Cipra though, so she is level 200 awakened, so I'm really happy about that. And I've been pretty much just upgrading her crystal because that's the only one I can upgrade other than Valkyrie's. But hers I'm upgrading it slower because she's only 9 star. And I don't know if I can't get more copies of her, or if I can't get fodder 3 star fodder in order to upgrade her, then I'm just stuck. It's really just a paywall at this point. um But yeah, at least I awakened her, so I can use this Orlay thing. It's a new thing for awakened heroes. Well, not new thing, but for content wise for me. So, is there no more music going on? Okay, this like it just goes quiet all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Okay, so we go to Orlay. Um, yeah, so you need to get specific cards for heroes. So this is not like it's just quick equipping. So it gives you like extra hit, attack, damage resist, sorry, reduction, HP, and then some of them give you bonuses when they're for specific heroes. So that's pretty cool. Of course, I don't have anything for Astaria Cipra. Actually, I have some for Guinevere, but that is what it is. Um, yeah. So with this new update, it feels I'm just gonna finish my review of the update. It feels like the game is going down the same path as Macarena, as this slide, as a ton of other games, as Honkai Star Rail, and honestly even Genshin Impact. Like those games have diminished in quality because they've slowly and slowly become more and more pay to win, and it's not the content and like the stuff that they're releasing. Not just that. Sorry, I have to clarify. It's not just that they're releasing content and stuff that requires you to have specific characters, or it just makes you so much easier to get more stuff or get more value out of that content when you have these specific characters. So it becomes specifically pay to play at that point. Like if you want to play and actually go somewhere with this game and have fun with it, you need to pay. So it's ruining all these games and it's killing the mobile gaming industry. Like it's starting to happen everywhere, and I've already predicted it. Like it's not fun. It's really not fun, and most people can already like feel it. Mech Arena is like dead. They're trying to release new mechs here and there for like $100 over and over again, and it's not good. Like it flopped big, and then they started moving back to what was it, Raid Shadow Legends, which is fine. Like that's a solid game, but like that game is, I don't know, like if you weren't part of the community when it got released, like getting into it now is basically impossible. It's you have to the trying to start that game now is like paying years of your life or hundreds of thousands of dollars just to play that game, and it's not fun unless you're playing with with friends. So that game, and it's not optimized for time either. Like you have to wait and watch your characters battle, which is just sucks. Like at least not this game, but well, you can skip in this game, so at least that's fine. But there's no like auto battle, and like you can clip out of it. But you can do that with, well, I guess it's auto battle, but it's like they all have their weird mechanics, but it's not the same as what Dislight has. They just have it down to nail where you can do a battle on the side and then do some other content, but like you can't do multiple multi battles because you need to at least be present for one of them, which is fine. Like, but you still are able to do so much in a shorter amount of time because you can multitask. This game and Raid Shadow Legends don't have that. And that's one of the biggest hindrances to Raid Shadow Legends because there's so much stuff that you need to do to advance your account and get better characters and get currency and fodder and whatever in order to increase your characters and push content. Same thing with this slide, same thing with this game. Um, and it all comes down with pull rates, really. The gotcha system, it just is so polluted with all of these. Like it's older now. Like more new games that come out are trying to have better chances of letting you get heroes, and that's why they've become so much more popular. And then people try these games at the beginning, they're like, "Oh, it's amazing," and then at the end, it just sucks. But the other games still hold up because they give you a chance for legendary. Like what's that game? Idle Awakening. Not many people are playing it. It's kind of died down a little bit, but it's still been alive, and it has no time of shutting down unless the whales stop paying, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. And if they do start losing money, they'll probably decrease the prices, which will just bring the revenue back up because people will come back. And none of the authors who have the IP are doing anything about it. So it just goes to show that this this type of market is just so convoluted to making money that it literally does not care about anything but that. Like it will literally try any way to make money. It's literally the worst, like the worst of the worst. And companies try and build up facades. Like Dislight tried to do that, and it had a big fail. So people were really, really seeing everything. Like before, people were like, "Yeah, I mean, it's Dislight, it's a company," but now people were like, "Okay, so it's just like every other scamming company out there." Um, Plarium, well, they're in the doghouse. Like they're dead. Like they're 6 feet under the ground now, and they're trying to crawl themselves back out, but they're really just digging their grave deeper because they keep releasing content, but it's like new mechs, new weapons, and you pay hundreds of dollars just to get it, and that's it. New maps, maybe a new pilot you also have to pay for, new weapon you have to pay for, new skins you have to pay for, and no free to play content. Nada. So it just diminishes the quality of every single game that everybody is playing. All right, I'm gonna stop ranting now because this is annoying me as well. Okay, so let me drink some water because my throat is drying out. Okay, so yeah, it's just diminishing the quality of all these games, and it's not fun. Nobody's enjoying it. I mean, even developers, like, come on, developers, you message to you guys. You guys aren't enjoying this either. You are losing money, yet you keep doing the exact same thing you're doing. You're not changing anything but something that you think like is gonna work, and it always comes with the caveat of you making more money. So it detriments us by taking our money away, giving us content that's shit. It doesn't help. It doesn't work, and then calling it an update. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's not making me want to quit completely, but I'm on the verge where mobile gaming is probably not going to be it for a while. Um, at least some games, like, I'm just gonna quit. Maybe this game, just because of the update. Like, this game has pretty much sealed the coffin for me. Like, it seems like every company is doing it. Uh, I mean, Mech Arena kept doing it, so I'm assuming every company is like kind of taking their view and saying, "Oh, okay, well, if it seems like they can do whatever they want, even with all the backlash, and still continue, that I guess we can do the same." And it's sending the wrong message because Mech Arena is dead. I literally keep seeing comments of people just saying, "I stopped playing this game years ago," and they keep doing stuff that's detrimenting free to play players and helping, or not helping, because I guess people who are paying are having to pay more money. And I don't know how that's not affecting people who are paying money. Why would you want to pay more money? Like, yes, as if as someone, I spend money on games like these all the time. I don't spend thousands of dollars. I don't spend more than like a couple $100 on a game, like, over the course of me playing it for like a year or two, because it's really not worth it. It's cool to see like some of the bundles. I do some reviews for you guys, like, just to see what's worth it for my money. And sometimes I do want to support the games because they're good. And there's the average player like me who does that, and then they have to go and shit on our faces, on our trust, by doing shit like this and just saying, well, we just want to make money, so this game sucks. um and this game's gonna die, and guess what, they're just gonna release another game, and it's gonna be the same cycle over again. This side's doing the same thing. So when you see companies doing this, creators are giving you all the same warning, and that is, don't follow the same company if they make that mistake. If they are doing that, they will continue doing that because they are still getting support, and they can keep doing that. Because you got to think about it. There's only a group or a few people or maybe one person who owns the company, and they make all the financial decisions. So it all goes up to them or that person. And most of the developing team, most of the company working on the game, doing all this stuff, is not that. There are not those people. Those people are just there because they're making money off of this game. So it's going down to the cycle where those people are ruining the game industry. Those people need to be boycotted. Like, that's it. They just need to be. There needs to be some way to hold them accountable, because they're the ones who are ruining the games. They're ruining everything that is good about these games. By making the decision that they need to make more money, so they need to ramp up sales, and they need to release content that only pay to play players are going to get. And that's killing the gaming industry. It's not a smart business. It's not a smart business move. Like, if you want to continue making money and increase the money you're making, you have to increase your player base. And the best way to do that is first get them on as free to play, and then they become loyal customers because they're spending money, they enjoy the game, and they're willing to invest money because they're already spending their time and they're having fun. It's literally that simple. That's how a game's made money. It was literally that simple. And now it's come down to the whole in-app purchase gotcha thing where they're like, oh, okay, well, let's try and maximize their money profit while minimizing, the amount of free stuff a person can get, the amount of like money that someone cannot spend on the game. They have to spend more money. So it just sucks. Um, I've been ranting here for a while, so I'm gonna save these last 10 minutes. But you get my message. Developers, um, there's really only one way to do it. Well, I guess not developers. Developers, like, I can see sometimes you have problems like that, but if it's a group of people, then just hear me out. make your games good. Stop being idiots. Like, no one is gonna want to pay $100 for anything anymore unless it's a full on game with all its content already. That's how. I mean, that's how the well, I guess it's becoming less of a market, but that's how the console market had exploded because you get all this content for $100, but that's, I mean, and eventually you pay for DLC, but that's included with the $100. Like, you usually pay 60, 50, maybe 70, and then some additional money to gain that much money. And sorry, what was I saying? My brain just farted. Okay, so um yeah, I just you just have to pay too much, so much money for people who do pay money, and then the average player just gets screwed. Like, because they're not spending that much money, they're definitely not gonna want to, and then this game that's fun is now they have to quit because it's a waste of time. So just please try and fix your games within the update. Mobile Legends Adventures, you're going down the wrong path, specifically for this game. So please fix it. You might have to balance legendary heroes too. I think they're a little too powerful. You basically put both of them on any team, both Eos Sylvana and Achilles Alice, and they will destroy everything. They win. They will slay everything. And it's all about stats. The higher maxed out those characters are on your team and the better equipment they have versus your enemy team, the easier it is for you to win. Because you're healing so much, you have shield with Io Sylvana anyway. So now all you need is maybe Sylvana. You don't need another healer whatsoever. You can maybe get another shielder, just to like benefit off of Io Sylvana, or you could get another healer too and just make a tanky comp. Honestly, I'd put Nana because now you can heal and revive super easily. I would put an attack buffer because you want to deal insane damage, and if you can spam heal Sylvana's attack, then you're good. And then I would use Sylvana herself because she's really good with Eo Sylvana, and then you have four characters with shields, and then characters that are dealing damage. Of course, the fifth character I was gonna say, yeah, Eos, not Eo Sylvana. What's her name? Nimbus Eudora, because she is hybrid, so she will take no type damage advantage. She's type neutral, unless she's attacking, and she'll have better with team synergies if you need that, and she'll uh, raise all the attack buff of all your characters, so it'll be really nice to consistently deal damage, heal, have shields, and basically stay alive and revive. So really broken, um, and it's become the meta. So every new hero that they release will basically become the new meta until they have five heroes, and then it's gonna continue. But right now, all the new heroes are money grabs. Like, if you don't, basically spent all my time grinding all my diamonds and wasting 90% of them. I basically got 15k worth of diamonds by getting Eo Sylvana to 7 star, and that's it. And then the rest of those, what, like 45k diamonds, so 600 $500 completely wasted. And if somebody spent that much money, I didn't, but if somebody spent that much money on the game, and if I was that person, I would be clearly upset that I at least did not get an 8 star, 9 star Eo Sylvana, because that is a ridiculous amount of money. I can buy a console. You can buy so much stuff with that much money. It is ridiculous. And if you want to max out, it's like $1,000. Oh, great! Like thousands of dollars. Oh, I could buy a computer. I could buy so much stuff, and it's really not worth your money. It just steals your time and money, and then you think it feels good in the moment, but then it's a scam because then it doesn't help you whatsoever. Eo Savannah really has not helped me other than the event. So I really got her because in the future, once I get enough copies of her, she'll help. And it's the problem with this game is the legendaries and the hybrids are the best heroes in the game. The legendaries are all hybrids at this point, but just bear with me. And you have to get a copy of them. Like for each time you fuse them, you need at least two copies when you're fusing them, and then when you awaken them, I don't know how that works because I haven't gotten an awakened. Oh no, I did. I guess I got a Starry Cypress. To wait, so to evolve her. Oh no, but you need. Okay, yeah. So I need to at least have five level 180 heroes, which I don't. Um, and I mean, yeah, like getting specific heroes is so bad. Like you get so many heroes. Don't get me wrong. Like I have a lot of heroes. But most of them are 6 star or 2 star, so unusable for 90% of the contents in the game. I can use them in Babel Tower. I can use them as sacrifices. Like they do have some uses for them in the game. Like you can use them in like Akashic Records events and stuff like that. And dungeon, like use them as sacrifices to make your actual team stronger. But like you don't get to use them otherwise. So I have all these cool characters, all these awesome abilities, and I don't use none of them. I only use 5 characters, and then maybe some of the Order and Chaos heroes because of the event, because that's the type, and each event will be like that. Whatever type hero is being released and type it is, it usually those heroes are stronger, or if it's Order or Chaos, then it's both of those factions. But yeah, so I have one awakened hero, really great. What did it do for my account? Like maybe pushed me a little bit in campaign. That's all it did. It did nothing. I have an awakened hero and it did nothing. It was probably the most like I was so like not happy. Like I was just like, oh okay, whatever. Like I just did not care. It was not exciting whatsoever to get this hero because it did nothing for my account. Like I was excited for maybe 2 seconds at the beginning, like, oh, I have an awakened hero. What can I do with it? It unlocked maybe a few things, uh, prophetic summon. That's it. And prophetic summon, of course, it's like a 2%, 3% chance to get a legendary hero. So shit, I'm not gonna waste my money or my time trying to grind for that. Of course, it's less, so it's definitely worth more than a lot of the epic content. Because you can choose for specific heroes and you can get some stuff, but it also can give you like no heroes and stuff, which is what you need anyway. So it, it's a trade off. It's still a waste of money. It becomes a trade off, and then it still is a waste of money. So then it's not worth your time. Um, yeah, I just don't know, guys. This game has been fun, but it's gone to the point where if I don't pay money to like get currency, I basically am not progressing whatsoever in this game whatsoever. Unless I want to spend like 3 hours grinding Akashic Ruins, and then other stuff. Like it's just way too much. And it gets so boring because it's the same thing. You literally, and it's super slow. Your character that moves around the icon, super slow, travels through a thing, battles, and you don't get to skip, and then you have to keep doing that, and it's so tedious that it makes me literally like quit the game. Like I quit the game and I play something else because I'm like I can't stand doing this for the 100th freaking time because there's literally 15 chapters or whatever and there's 3 different um stories or whatever. So now you have like 45 freaking things you got to do. So that's what 50, 80 plus hour of content, and all you're doing is the exact same fucking thing. It changes it up a little bit with some puzzles, but it sorry for swearing, but it's just it pains me. It literally hurts your soul as you play it. You're like, oh, we gotta do this. Like that's literally what I'm doing every single battle. And like my tapping gets slower and slower because I'm like, this is literally just draining my energy. It's not fun. So yeah, it's gone down to the point where the game is slowly becoming pay to win, and yeah, because all the legendary heroes you have to pay money to get anyway. Basically you spend $50. They have a pack in the store. You can go check it out. You pay it and you get Eos Sylvana or Achilles Alice, and you just get a base copy, but it's still 6 star because it's a legendary. So that's all you get, $50, and then you get some sacred or whatever the hell these things are, eternal summons. I think you get 10. So you basically get a chance of getting another one, but and then you need another one again to fuse her. So yeah, you basically just get one copy of her, and if you get lucky, you maybe get a fusion whatever it's called, an emblem of her, so that if you do get another copy within the 50,000 diamonds you're going to be plus diamonds you're going to be spending on her or just trying to get her again, you can finally get a copy, which I did, just a single freaking copy. So now I have her at 7 star, and really, heroes don't become useful unless they're at 8 star because it unlocks a few things for them, and then you can use them. They're just stronger, better stats and everything. So now I have a legendary hero that's useless, and I spend all my time grinding for it, and I got nothing out of it. Whereas I could have spent time grinding for SETI, and I probably would have had a more maxed out character. However, I don't know. I can kind of use him with Nana, but he he's really annoying to use because he kills himself a lot. So yeah, he does a lot of damage, but he kills himself a lot. And it's good with Nana because she's gonna heal him a lot. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then I could have used this, but it was really only for order heroes. So which I don't have very high fusions on, except for Io Sylvana now, um, which I wouldn't call a high fusion, but yeah, it's really sad. So maybe I'll have one more time because I do have 3K diamonds, and I have one more time to exchange diamonds for eternal summons. But yeah, and then of course I can. That was like the really only account change that I wanted to show you guys. Like, yeah, I have all these heroes, they're cool and whatever, and yeah, I've upgraded some heroes here and there, but really, all this content that I'm doing has slowed down to a snail's pace, and it sucks. Like, I don't know why they do that. You guys built the game so good at the beginning. You get lazy, and then you don't do anything for middle late game, and then late game, and then late game, and then in end game. You don't do anything for them because you see no value in them. But those are people that are still spending money and people that are still loyal to the game and still spending every day. They're the ones doing content and stuff on the game, and then you screw them over. Of course, they're not going to be happy. Come on, developers, like, you're not funny and you're not sneaky. We know what you're doing, and it's not fun, and you're ruining the game industry. So if you don't want to make money and go bankrupt, okay, go ahead. But that's really just an asshole move. I'm sorry, but it is. Like, if anything, like, I feel like creators should just come together and make their own game company instead of relying on these shitty corporations that all they want to do is take money. Like, we should just all come together. Like, I'm a coder. There's probably lots of people out there that are game coders. We could come together, make a game, make it super good, and then just talk with our patrons and our sponsors, and then fix the game and all our player base and adhere to them, because that is really what makes the game great. Like, honestly, I am 100% for advocating for that. So honestly, we should get like every creator out there for all these games and then put them in groups and literally make a game based on this. Like, create it completely new. Try not to get, obviously copyrighted. You want to be original, and make that game the one that all your people will play, or all your subscribers will play. Spread out the news that this game will always listen to the player. Of course, it's not going to be all free to play, and people who pay will get some advantage, but it's not going to be only catering the people who are paying money. It's going to be very good for free to play, because that we're also going to be listening to the community. So, this turned around. Sorry if that messed up any of your guys' screen. So it's just something to keep in mind. And then if creators, like, if anybody's watching this, like, honestly, let's get together and do that. It would be super simple. Yes, coding for games takes a while, but if we're doing it for a while, we're already anyway going to continue making videos on these games, because corporations are going to be still trying to make their games make money and make them better so more people play. Of course, there's a balance to that, and it's much easier to achieve when you listen to the player base. So that's why I'm saying, creators, let's come together. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Really shows your support, helps me out, keeps you up with my content. 106 subscribers last time I checked, so you guys are amazing. Keep going. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue obviously with this game, but it's kind of at the same phase where I'm like, they're really releasing content where you got to spend thousands of dollars to get a hero to a max or to a decent fusion, or you got to spend the 20 whatever the basically the whole month that the character is out grinding four copies for her only to get screwed over in the end and not be able to use her because she's too low of a fusion or that character is too low of a fusion. So come on, developers, stop screwing over players and ruining games and killing games because you're going to make another game. And what are creators going to say? Don't play this game because the developers are going to screw you over just like they did everybody else in their last game because they are monsters and that's all they're going to do. And they don't care because we're just numbers to them. We really are just numbers to them. And that's not a good business practice either. If you want to have good customers and connect with them and be able to have an engaging game where they're all enjoying and having fun and you're able to fix any issues that appear, you need to look at your customers as people, as customers, not as numbers. And all corporations, that's all they do. At least the top dogs, the people who own the companies who are making the money decisions, all they do is look at us as money. So they're the people who need to get screwed over so they feel like what it's not. I'm joking. They're the people who just need to understand that they're not going to make any money and their companies or their game is going to go bankrupt. Yeah, somebody needs to like hit them on the head or something. Like, I'm joking, but like seriously, come on, guys, like just fix the goddamn game. Stop being assholes. Stop trying to make money and leech off of people. Like you can make money, but like there's a certain degree where it's just you're just asking for money. Like it's not even you releasing something worth money. You're just asking for money. I'm not even joking. Yes, you play the game and it's fun, but it's not worth money anymore. It's literally just they're asking for money. And it's not fun. Like you don't want to play that game anymore, especially for free to play. So please fix your games. I know I went on a rant, but hopefully I can stop this soon if companies stop being such douchebags. But we'll see. It's all corresponding on them. But I'm gonna have to keep making videos like this as long as it's the same companies. But it is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.